How can the city balance the responsibilities between local and state government? How can the city balance the responsibilities between local and state government? Hey, what's up, y'all? This is me again. I'm on the I'm on the prowl today. Kind of want to touch base with you on something that I've been kind of looking at in the local news and on the because I also look at the city council when it's council time. Um, and what's happening is that with the Jackson water. Well, Jackson Water is about to they're gonna be gone, and they're gonna have to have some type of leadership to oversee it. So they devised a plan where they're gonna have 13 members of this committee, which is gonna be Byron Mayor, I think it's Jackson Mayor, Ridgeland, some state officials, and some state officials, folks up in the state, But the city council seems to me, I don't know. I'm just gonna say this allegedly. I don't think any of the city council members is gonna get a seat at this table. I could be wrong, but from the looks of things, I don't think that they're going to get a seat at this table. In which I think that it's wrong because they're getting the majority of the telephone calls from the residents about the water. And this is really dealing with Jackson, Mississippi. This is what dealing with the Jackson, Mississippi water. The water that's coming into the local residents' homes, in apartments. And the reason why, and it looks like that they're not going to get a seat at this table. Now, you got 13 members, okay, that's sitting on this committee. Okay, so, but the majority of them are outsiders? Nah, that don't sit right with me. That don't sit right with me. Because it's like they're making decisions for the city. They're making decisions for the city. You see? Now, maybe Ridgeland, I don't know. Maybe Byram, I don't know. Maybe they'll be on the same side with the Jackson mayor because water has to come into their city. Sewer has to go out to their city, and they want their sewer lines to be working adequately, and their water lines to be working adequately. So I'm quite sure that they're probably going to be siding with the Mayor John Horn. I don't know, but overall is that they gotta work together. There's gotta be some type of balance here. They gotta work together, and for them to shut out the city council, allegedly, I don't think that's not going to be conducive to the relationships moving forward. That's not going to be conducive to the relationships moving forward with the local government and the state. You see, they right here. This is the capital, so they all need to have They need to have a seat at this table. So that's problematic. But I want to hear from you. I want you to leave me a comment about this because this is for you. this is for you. I mean, I'm asking this question, for you to answer. I mean, I got another question. Another question is, I mean, what can be done to make the Jackson water better? Leave me a comment on that. Leave me a comment. Many of you know about this, many of you do not, about this 13 member committee. And this is after Ted Hennepin leaves Jackson. So, I mean, what we going to do here? What are we going to do here? So, I mean, I'm not too excited. That's the word. I'm not too excited about this 13 committee because I don't know the entails, because city council is constantly going into an executive session about it. With the attorney, and they're constantly talking about it in executive session, and they need to bring it out to the floor. They need to really bring this out to the floor to discuss what's really going on, so the citizens can know. I mean, because for real, because number one, they got to fix this billing issue, and that's problematic for the city council. It's an ongoing thing. That's why I say they need a seat at the table. They need to see. I said it before. I said it again. They need to put Tina Clay out there, because she a beast. She's not finna play with them. She's gonna ask all the adequate questions. And I dare one of them to play that woman crap with her. I dare them to do that with her. She ain't finna play with them. She a beast. She a shark. And that's what's needed to be at this table. Adequate listening and adequate questions that needs to be asked for the residents. So, but yeah. So, but that's something that really needs to be looked at, as far as the council getting a seat at this table. If allegedly they're not getting the seat at this table, yeah, that's problematic, because, like I said before, it's not conducive to the local government and the state, pooling their ideas together to make things happen, to make things better for the residents. And touching on some of the issues that the residents is having. But if you think that this, if you think that the water company, that the Jackson Water, if you think that the Jackson Water is needs to be remanaged or managed by the city, or managed by this 13-man committee, drop me a link, drop me a comment, and I'll respond to you, because I really want to hear from you, the residents, because this right here is utterly important that you get involved in, so you can know exactly what's going on in the city, in Jackson, Mississippi. Because this is going on right here in your neighborhood. It affects you. So, but anyway, it's been real. I'm your host, Foresight, and this is the Jackson Network. I mean, this is the 601, same thing. This is the 601 Network, Real Jackson News. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you next time.